Hey guys, this is Brian Mounts. I run turfmechanic.com in this channel. Today I want to talk about fertilizing your lawn going into summer. If you live northern United States area, you're probably running a cold season grass. Going into summer, you have to fertilize conservatively. You get that? You get that? Yeah!
It's kind of hard.
Is it kind of hard?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it. If you live south, where it's been hot since March, you are perfectly free to fertilize as, I don't know, maybe not as heavy as you want, but pretty heavy. Southern grasses, so whether you're running like St. Augustine's or maybe some zoysias or maybe some Bermuda grasses, these, especially Bermuda can take a lot of fertilizer. Go ahead. For all of us northerners, I live up north, we have to be more conservative. I want to talk more about fertilizing going into summer. How do you fertilize your lawn for summer? All right, normally I'm walking around the yard while I do this. I decided to sit down. All of us working out in the lawns, especially those of us working out in the lawns full-time, it gets tiring. And right now it is 90 degrees outside. I live in South Oregon, and 90 degrees is a very hot day for us around here. You don't need to know any of that. What you do want to know though is about fertilizing going into the summer. So like I said in the intro here, if you live down south, you're pretty much free to fertilize pretty heavy at this point. For the most part, summer fertilizing is great for southern grasses because the southern grasses, the warm season grasses, they are primed and ready to grow vigorously during the hottest times of the year, the summer. Up north, it's different. Up north, we've just come out of our strong growth period, kind of in that mid-spring time frame, and our grasses want to relax a little bit, kind of like how I want to relax right now. So if you live up north and you're running a Kentucky bluegrass, so at this point in the video, you have to kind of know what grass type you're doing. So at some point here on the channel, I'm going to have to do some warm season grass type identification videos. I have a number of those for cold season grasses. I'll link to some of those down in the description below. But you have to know, if you're running a Kentucky bluegrass up north, then you need water. You need a lot of water. Kentucky bluegrass will check out in high heat and drought environments, like it will go summer dormant. So if you can't irrigate your lawn regularly or deeply, and you don't expect to have a lot of rainfall, then just assume that your lawn is going to go dormant. You don't want to fertilize a lawn going dormant, and you don't want to fertilize a lawn that will go dormant. Kentucky bluegrass is the perfect example of a cold season grass that will go dormant. It's not going to die during the summer. Same thing with perennial rye. Perennial rye likes wet feet, and maybe not soggy feet, but it likes wet feet. It grows significantly up in the Pacific Northwest, where we get lots of rain and drizzle. I live in the Pacific Northwest, but I do live in a desert condition. So here on my lawn, I have a mixture of Kentucky bluegrass and perennial rye. I have to irrigate. If I don't irrigate, everything here in this lawn is going to go dormant. If you can't irrigate, you have to let it go dormant and don't fertilize at all. Hopefully you did some good fertilization in the spring, and then at the end of summer, you're going to be fertilizing to bring it back out into the fall time frame. The fall time frame is really the best time of year to do just about anything in the lawn, anywhere in the cold season grass territory. Now, if you're running a tall fescue, whether it be a Kentucky 31 or more likely a turf type tall fescue, these grass types do better in drought conditions. Also, fine fescues. I just recently posted a video about a fine fescue comparison. Again, it's linked down below in the description. Some of the fine fescues are drought tolerant, although they need to be in the shade. So fine fescues are more shade tolerant, and some do well in drought conditions. Tall fescues are more sunny location grasses, and they will also do better in drought conditions, simply because their root systems go deeper. Their blades are a little bit thicker, so they retain moisture longer. So long as you're cutting your tall fescues tall, and I'm talking about tall, like put your mower on the highest setting possible and only cut it depending on growth, your turf type tall fescue will probably make it through the summer, even if you only irrigate it under the worst of circumstances. What I'm getting at here is your northern grass types, your cold season grass types require fertilization only if they're growing. If you're going to let them go dormant, don't fertilize at all. Here in my lawn, I irrigate regularly. I'm talking about every 5 to 10 days, depending on the weather. Even this time of year, during the heat of the summer, when it's 95 degrees, I might be watering my lawn deeply once every 5 days. If we're down in the mid 70s, even during the summer, I'll probably be only irrigating once every 9 days or so. You know, it all kind of depends. But point being is I'm not going to let my grass go dormant, so I will be fertilizing. Because my grass is growing, it needs nutrition. But I don't want to push excess growth. I don't want my grass to grow faster than is healthy. So because soil moisture is sucked out of the lawn in high heat, I don't want to be pushing excessive top growth. I do want that grass to grow, and when it grows, I want it to grow healthy. So I'm going to be adding fertilizer to it, but it's slow release. I want the fertilizer that I put on the lawn to last for a long time, and I don't want any portion of that fertilizer to be used abnormally fast when temperatures are high. The thing is, all cold season grasses, whether you're running fine fescues or bluegrasses or perennial rye, or I don't know, maybe even you're running like some oddball stuff like creeping bent grass or something like that. These things don't like the high heat. So we have to push growth intelligently, smartly, and slowly. Organics are the way to go. Now I'm going to go into what I'm going to be putting on my lawn in the next day or two, depending on how fast I can assemble I got a new spreader, granular spreader. So I have to put the thing together. I don't know if I can do that right now. I got videos to edit and kids to Pampers to change and whatnot. Look at all of these pieces and put it together now. All right, well, I guess that didn't work. I gotta manually put it together. Haha! I did it! Not gonna lie, that took a long time. So it's either going to go down today, tomorrow, probably not the next day, but I'm going to be fertilizing soon. And I'm going to be fertilizing with products that push slow growth. I'm going to be mixing multiple products together because I care about what goes down. In my lawn, I'm going to be putting down a mixture of Dr. Earth natural lawn fertilizer. It is an alfalfa meal based nitrogen fertilizer. The reason I put the alfalfa meal down is because alfalfa meal contains a naturally occurring, call it a potent source of tricontinol. Instead of going out to the store and buying like straight up tricontinol, tricontinol is found in abundance in alfalfa meal, and it helps stimulate root growth without actually adding phosphorus to the lawn or over fertilizing the lawn. Anyway, that's beside the point. That's why I put that down. But alfalfa meal is not a heavy nitrogen source, so I'm going to be supplementing that with a new product. To me, it's a product from the LawnBox company. They have something called Lawn Lux. It's a 707. Hold on, Jake. I gotta put this stuff on the lawn. Our lawn is so bad. Our lawn is so bad, it needs food. It needs vitamins.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, so it eats vitamins.
Nice. I think that's gonna be good for the lawn.
I'm gonna put half the bag on because I'm only gonna do half of the lawn right now. So Lawn Lux is gonna add some soybean meal based nitrogen with some good potassium, and then for the second application in the same day, I'll be putting down the Dr. Earth, which is going to be adding that alfalfa meal that comes with the off-label, I mean, it's in there, is tricontinol, and that's going to push the root growth. Remember, if our roots are deep during the summer, then they're going to be accessing nutrients and water that is not available at the surface. That's why we do it. That's why I do it, at least. Here we go.
Yeah.
I gotta get it done fast.
It's going everywhere.
I gotta get it done fast.
This stuff's going everywhere.
It's organic, so it's okay. Ah. Ah. Take the edge guard off. I gotta be done fast. Oh, oh, oh. You do it. Why don't you do it? You get it done. Well, you gotta squeeze the handle, man. There you go. Get it done. You gotta fertilize the lawn. The lawn's gotta be fertilized, man. Get it done fast. You gotta fertilize the grass. Yeah!
It's basically empty.
Now, if you are down south, feel free to put down any sort of urea or, heaven forbid, I barely ever do it, but I do it sometimes. Put down a synthetic, put down an ammonium sulfate. If you want some quick pop, like almost instantaneous pop, put down a little bit of it. It's a acidifying fertilizer, so if you got a little bit of an alkaline soil, that might help in a small regard. Whether you're putting down granular or liquid urea nitrogen, those are going to be active quite quickly. The urea triazone is going to be slightly slower. So if you get a mix of urea and urea triazone, then you're going to have, you're going to have a good pop like right off the bat within just a few days with some lingering effect. I prefer the natural organic route because I just like putting stuff down and knowing that it's going to be active in the lawn for 30 to 60 days. And not to mention the fact that I can be heavy-handed on accident and it's not going to be detrimental to the lawn. Down south, all of your grasses, with the exception of a couple like grasses that don't require very much supplemental nutrition, centipede for instance, I know I live up north, but I am growing centipede in pots. Centipede grass is typically grown down south and it doesn't require hardly any nutrients whatsoever. It's, in my opinion, it's similar to the fine fescues up north in that it will be largely a hands-off grass. Like you're still gonna have to mow it. It's gonna spread laterally like a creeping red fescue, but you don't need to fertilize it all that much. So if you're growing a centipede grass down south, don't put down heavy fertilization. You don't need it, your lawn doesn't want it. It doesn't want it. However, Bermuda grass wants it. If you're running a Bermuda grass lawn, and I'm also growing that over there in pots because I can't keep it out here in the lawn, it dies in the winter. If you're growing Bermuda grass, go heavy-handed. I rarely put down more than, half a pound of nitrogen per application, but you can definitely go up to 3/4, maybe 1 pound, especially if you're running a Bermuda grass lawn. These grasses are going to do great in the summer if you're fertilizing them, robustly or aggressively. A couple parting thoughts before I end this video. This is not, obviously this is an educational video. I'm not entertaining you at all. I'm just sitting here in my grass. The lawn's got to be fertilized, man. Get it done fast. You got to fertilize the grass. In the middle of the summer, your soil bacteria and microorganisms, everything living in the lawn is most active. This is the time of the year that this is the best time. You can put this stuff down in the spring and the fall, but During the summer, this is when we want to be feeding the biological life in our soil, not the grass itself. We want to be putting down products that, so anything that says liquid dethatch or thatch removal, any of that stuff, what that's really getting at is that is feeding the microbial biological life in the soil. This is the best time to do it because everything is most active when the soil is warm. Now, of course, the soil needs to be moist, and ideally it's aerated, but we're not going to be aerating the lawn here in the summer. We want to have done that stuff already. During the summer, that microbial life should be active, so we feed it so that it stays more active. A more alive, healthy soil is going to give us more vigorous, healthy grass. Unlike a lot of lawn educators out there who talk to you about and, try to encourage you to put down fungicides on the lawn, I'm not a fan of fungicides. And I know a lot of people put down preventative fungicides here at the beginning of the summer, but I don't. I don't want to. I want to resist that urge as strongly as possible because there are beneficial fungi in the lawn, mycorrhizal fungi. When you put down fungicide, you're killing off the beneficial stuff. So I prefer feeding the soil, feeding the root system, pushing root growth without adding excess phosphorus. And when my soil structure is healthy, my grass root system is healthy, and the grass roots push deeper, the grass itself is able to fight off disease. It's just like the human body. If you just eat like donuts, cupcakes, and Taco Bell all the time, your body is going to be susceptible to disease. We have to feed our lawns and our soils quality, fantastic nutrition so that they are healthy. And when they're healthy, they can resist disease just fine. I'm going to throw a brief splash screen of me applying some of these products to my lawn. I'm going to be using this brand new spreader that I was given. So I don't usually get things for free on this YouTube channel. LawnBox sent me a professional grade lawn spreader. I'm going to be assembling it. I'm going to be using it. I'm going to throw it up here. It's a pretty looking spreader. All right, in the future, I'm going to put a full video about this product up on my website, but also here on the channel. LawnLux to me is a quality Milorganite alternative. So it's on my Milorganite alternative list. This contains humic acid in it. Obviously it's a granular form. You've got some, the majority of it is water insoluble nitrogen derived from soybean meal. And of course you get the soluble potash as well. That's what the last 7 on the bag is. So, hey, let's put it on. It is more than I need. I only spread stuff on about 2,500 square feet of lawn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show it off, and I'm going to say the LawnBox sent me this stuff. I'm going to be putting down some of LawnBox's product. I'm going to put their LawnLux product down. But here's the thing. I don't want to keep this spreader. I don't need it. I don't need something big like this. Lots of you guys do. So if you want it, make sure to throw some information in the comments, hit the like button. But more importantly, to enter into this giveaway, I want you to go down in the description. I'm going to have a link over onto my page with a form that you fill out. It's not like an email capture form. I don't care about that. I don't do email marketing. Just fill out the form and say you're interested. LawnBox wants you to head over to their Instagram page and hit the like button. This is my channel. Go over there and do that because that's what they want you to do. I'm not going to check, but definitely go fill that form out. Only people who fill out the form are going to be entered into this giveaway. I'm going to use this thing and then I'm going to disassemble it, throw it back in the box and send it out to whoever wins it randomly. I should also say, I understand that LawnBox sent me this product, but this is something that I actually asked for. The LawnLux product, the 707, is something that I really wanted to put down on my lawn. Now, I know a lot of people are looking for alternatives to Milorganite. In fact, over on the Turf Mechanic website, which I have linked down below, I have an entire article. It's a heavily trafficked article about the alternatives. The best alternatives to Milorganite. Lots of people don't want to put down a biosolid on their lawn. Lots of people don't want to put down something that's a 6,4-0. So if you want potassium and lower phosphorus, This fits really, really well into the mix. I'm really excited to put it on my lawn, and I'm happy that they gave it to me for free. But I'm equally happy to be able to give away their spreader. Not that long ago, I posted a video about Sunday Lawn Care and how Sunday is a service that provides like just shipments to your door of stuff to spray in your lawn. You don't need equipment. A lot of people don't want to spray stuff, and there's a ton of urea in there. There's some missing ingredients in that program. Here with these guys, the LawnBox guys, they add humic acids and they add a good number of other things. I'm not going to go into it here in the video. The video is long enough, but they have a lot of extra stuff in there that I prefer putting on the lawn. So I'm happy to support them and say thanks to them for what they have offered me and my subscriber base here, my viewership. Anyway, Lawn Lux is going down. I'm splitting it up with Dr. Earth. Combined, I'm going to be putting down almost 3/4 pound of nitrogen and a little bit over, it's like, I don't know, 0.45 pounds of potassium and 0 phosphorus. I'm not putting any phosphorus down. In a couple days after that, I'm going to be spraying the lawn with some thatch and probably some cytokinins from the Cytogrow company. I have another video about sea kelp, which is linked below. That's cytokinins. Cytokinins are the active ingredient in sea kelp based products. They stimulate root growth. It is a biostimulant for those of you who don't know the term. I've made an enormous amount of videos on this channel. Virtually all of them are educational. So if you're new to this channel, I usually walk around the lawn and I show some stuff, but I always try to educate. That is the most important thing for me. So hit up that description, take a look at some of the resources that I have already published here on the website. Enter the giveaway if you are interested in having a very robust, almost, I don't know, commercial grade spreader. And I hope this video is helpful to some extent. Fertilize your lawn, but only if it's growing. If you don't anticipate your lawn growing, don't fertilize. Thank you very much for watching. Up here, I've got a very relevant video that I think will be helpful to you if you're not interested in going down in the description below. But despite the fact that this video is up here, go to the description. There's better stuff down there. Okay, thanks.